For this assessment, we will be using calipers and a marker to measure and mark skinfold sites. The client's skin should be dry and lotion-free. Do not take skinfold measurement immediately after exercise. You should identify and mark each site before measuring it. Skinfold should be grasped with the left hand 1 centimeter above the site to be measured. Caliper will be in the right hand with the dial facing up to see the measurement number. Caliper should always pinch the skin perpendicular to the skinfold site. All measurements should be taken on the right side of the body. The tricep measurement will be on the posterior midline of the upper arm, halfway between the acromion and the olecranon process, with the arm held freely. You will pinch the skin vertically and hold for 1 to 2 seconds before recording the measurement to the nearest 0.5 millimeter. The chest will be a diagonal fold. For women, it will be 1/3 of the distance between the anterior axillary line and the nipple. Hold it for 1 to 2 seconds before recording it to the nearest 0.5 millimeter. For men, the site will be 1/2 the distance between the anterior axillary line and the nipple. The abdominal site will be 2 centimeters to the right side of the umbilicus. Pinch it vertically and hold for 1 to 2 seconds before recording to the nearest 0.5 millimeters. The suprailiac site will be in line with the natural angle of the iliac crest taken in the anterior axillary line immediately superior to the iliac crest. It will be a diagonal fold. You will hold it for 1 to 2 seconds before recording to the nearest 0.5 millimeter. The mid-axillary site will be at the mid-axillary line at the level of the xiphoid process of the sternum. For women, it will need to be right under the sports bra, so you will have to raise it up. It will be a vertical fold, and you will pinch it for 1 to 2 seconds and hold it until you reach the nearest 0.5 millimeter. The subscapular site will be 1 to 2 centimeters below the inferior angle of the scapula. Have the client bend back their elbow so that you can have a better view of the site. Make sure they bring it back down when you measure it. It will be a diagonal fold. Hold it for 1 to 2 seconds to the nearest 0.5 millimeter. The thigh site will be on the anterior midline of the thigh, midway between the proximal border of the patella and the inguinal crease. Have the client relax their leg to make sure that there is no flexion of the thigh. It will be a vertical fold, and you will hold for 1 to 2 seconds and measure to the nearest 0.5 millimeter. Skinfold measurements should be taken in rotational order to allow time for the skinfold to regain its thickness. A minimum of 2 measurements should be taken. If duplicate measurements are not within 1 or 2 millimeters, you must retest the site. Calculate the average for each skinfold site. You will then sum up these averages and get the client's age in order to apply it to the following body density formulas. The male and female will be different formulas, so make sure you use the appropriate one. You will then use the body density measure to apply it to the percent body fat equation. You can either use the Brozek equation or the Siri equation.